Hello and welcome. It is so good to be here with you all. I hope you're doing well and enjoying the end of a beautiful August as we just start to step into the space of September. And that's why I'm here. I'm Azrael and I'm coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee with a little bit of a September energy update and sort of a flow and idea of what might be going on for the collective in this month to come. August was like a breath of fresh air for the first 3 weeks of it. And then it sort of started to pick up in the intensity. Do you feel that? Do you notice that? Especially with the Mercury retrograde happening, so much that was wanting to be sort of repatterned, reformed, shifted, revisited, and come to a place of completion and healing. But I've noticed within that a lot of intensity, a lot of high vibration, and a lot of energy that's wanting to move forward. So we've come from this space of sort of being like, and really the first exhale we've had in a long time, to a space of now where it's like, energy wanting to move and energy wanting to flow and to reach a potential. And yet, what is that potential? And is there a clear pathway for it? And I'm curious. So as I've tuned into the September energies and what's coming in through the flow and space, it does feel like we're going to be pushing through, and I am using the word pushing through and moving through sort of like a tunnel. It's like a tunnel of ick or a tunnel of constriction, a tunnel of energy and holding patterns that's wanting to move and wanting to flow. Now, these holding patterns might be ours, they might be collective, they might be ancestral. It doesn't even have to have a name to it, right? It's not like, oh, there's these issues going on and this is where there might be some struggles. It's more like, here it is. Now, where is it that you're supposed to go? Let's push through this sort of thick energy to create a pathway, to create a space, to create that tunnel that's going to open you up to the next frontier. And it's interesting, right? Because fall is often a time where we're going to start to hibernate or to go in. And yet this is a time of sort of like pushing through the next layer of what's been covering us to give us some more clarity and more grace. So my sense is, and the invitation is for this month, is to really stay centered within your heart and to stay centered within this space of like, okay, I'm grounded, I'm present, and yet I know there's action. I know there's energy that wants to move forward. And so that's your job for this month. That's all of our jobs, all of our invitations, is how can we move forward one step at a time? How can we let go of trying to figure out where we're supposed to get? We can't see like this tunnel or this energy. It's sort of like holding us on all sides, front, sides, maybe closing in even a little bit on the back, but it's more like one step at a time. How can we just move forward and trust, and not even trust, but to really know that that you're moving in this direction, right? That you're moving in this forward space and you're moving exactly where you need to go. So it's letting go of agenda. It's letting go of figuring it out. And yet there is directed movement. So in September, it's Virgo season, right? A lot of kids go back to school. Here in Tennessee, kids have gone back to school earlier, but it is a good time for routine. It's a good time to like get back to business, right? There's a lot of flow. It's also time to harvest everything that we've created and built and grown. But this month I'm not getting like lots of harvest. It's more like move forward. I'm just going to take a moment. How can you be present with the what is? How can you be present with the journey? How can you allow yourself to stay grounded and yet move forward at the same time? So excess energy might be really big this month. So sleep issues, if you have problems sleeping already, wild meditations, experiences of spirit, right? Energy that's coming down or coming up from heaven and earth and wanting to sort of express itself for you. So if you start noticing feeling jittery, overwhelmed in the nervous system, anything like that, see if there's a channel. This is also a time to create a great channel for an output, dance, movement, yoga, qigong, art, right? Screaming, shaking, drumming, right? What can move that energy? Sports, right? Exercise. I think that's also a big key for this month. It's not about staying still. So we might not even know, like, what's my next step forward? But when you're feeling this pent up energy, the invitation would be to keep going. Just move it, allow it to flow out, express yourself. Now, the expression doesn't need to be in the mind and the stories. That's another energy sort of flow for this week. It's really about letting go of trying to figure it out, of trying to control the process. Instead, it's really about, again, opening to a space as how can this energy move? How can I flow? How can I trust without getting involved in the outcome or even getting involved in what I think I'm doing, right? So notice, especially if it's in communication with others, especially if there's challenges or issues with others you've been working on, are you looping the same pattern? Are you looping the same story? Are you looping that same pattern and story within yourself? If you are, this is again an opportunity to say, wait, where's this excess energy? How can I either move it out or ground it so that I can come into a place of greater stability, awareness, peace, and connection? I'm going to pause again and just see what else wants to be said or come through. There is a space for joy in all this. No, there is a space for joy, for gratitude, for feeling more connected to the heart. And yet it's important to remind yourself to go there because, again, you can get caught up in the head or we can get caught up in the nervous system and the space. And so where is it that you can pause throughout your day? Where is it that you can look around at the fullness of your life? And these moments that you do this will bring you great awareness, great peace, and great connection. And it's really important because we can get caught in the movement or we can get caught in the pent-up energy that is flowing, but without a clear, well, it's a forward direction, but without a clear direction of the outcome. So know that there is space for joy, for gratitude. And when you start getting too overwhelmed, or if you start getting too overwhelmed or too in your mind or your thought, pause, take a breath, soften, settle, allow yourself to be there in this space, this moment. And I think that's it. I think that's all I want to share. I will pull a card or two for the month. I thought today I'd pull an animal card and a crystal mandala card. And just again, like really honoring this forward momentum, this forward movement, where it sometimes seems that it has no place to go. And all you can do is put one step in front of the other and trust in that process. Okay. So I want to remind everyone, I do a live tarot on Tuesdays at 2. I'm also going to be doing a radio show. I'll be sharing more details about that soon at 9 o'clock Central Time on Wednesday nights. And so, yeah, that'll be more of a soul attunement, some probably questions to be answered, and also an opportunity to have some energy healing and awareness gifts. Okay. So what do we need to know for the month of September? Okay, let's see. What can support us and guide us? I love this. So it's the earthworm. And this is the image I got, like literally. So the words on the card is discover your purpose, right? To me, like let go of the words on the card. Don't worry about what your purpose is right now. Look at the spiral of the life of the earthworm. Look at the tunnels moving through the pathway. Where can you dig deep? Where can you move through and transform old patterns? Where can you put one step in front of another and trust in this beautiful sacred geometry and sacred grid line of nature we live in? So again, just the picture. To me, it's all about that picture and that energy of what we create as we move through old ground, coming into the new, moving through that thickness and moving through that energy to open into a space of greater gifts, right? Earthworms turn the dirt into compost. And so I don't think we're like turning anything in the compost, but we're moving through, creating the pathway for what is to come. And let's see, the crystal mandala card for the week, or the month, sorry. Okay. Archangel Aniel in pink calcite, acceptance. So take a moment and just take this in. This is beautiful, beautiful rose color, this open heart. And so where can you come into a greater sense of peace and acceptance within yourself, within life, and within all that is? Where can you soften? Where can you stop trying to control things and open to releasing the energy? This is the gift for this month, right? There's going to be movement. There's going to be energy. There's going to be a heaviness and a lightness that we're going to be moving through, an intensity of energy. And so where can we find the peace and calm and that beauty, both in our heart and in the space of the divine acceptance for all that is, for the what is, right? Thanks so much for joining in. Feel free to join me for one of the tarots, or also pretty soon, I think mid-September, will be Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's 7 PST and 10 EST. Got lots of courses coming up. Feel free to check out my website. And yeah, thanks for listening. I so look forward to connecting with you again soon. And have fun tunneling through the layers of what is. Namaste.